Welcome to our 11th session of our Raise Your Coffee Mugs. Our speaker for today, we all know Mr. Rashad Abdallah. He's the account manager from Dallah Advertising Agency. And today, he will talk about modern media versus old or traditional media.
At Dallah Advertising, we develop campaigns for clients through a practice that involves the following steps. First, we identify the objective of the campaign. It might be raise awareness, might be a call to action for a sale. Then we identify the target audience. Who are we talking to? Then also we flag the message or identify the message that we want to deliver. The final step, which my focus today is choosing the media channel or platform that we need this message to go through. My topics today mainly is having an overview on traditional media, then speaking about the platforms and how they are still useful given the social media era that we are living now. Then overview on modern media and the most common modern media methods and how to differentiate between them. So basically, when we say traditional media, the usage of traditional media, it allows the companies to target a broad audience through print advertising or like outdoor advertising, radio ads, and TV ads. Usually, the traditional advertising or these mediums are high in cost, given that they are targeting a broad audience.
Sorry, Rashad, can you please make the slideshow?
Yeah, 1 second.
Yeah, because we see only the preview for all.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay, thank you.
So now there is a new marketing term defining all media methods or traditional media methods. It's called outbound marketing. When we say outbound marketing, it means that the message is delivered to the mass, regardless if the people are seeking it or not. So regardless if we are willing to read or watch an ad, it comes to us eventually. The most common traditional media, mainly it's the outdoor, TV, radio advertising, and print advertising. There are a lot more, but these are the most common. When we talk about radio ads and how they are still useful, like radio ads mainly has a selective targeting. So basically, when we choose like a station to broadcast our message with, we know that this station has a specific audience. So we are segmenting our audience and delivering this message to this specific audience. The second thing, or the second benefit, is the increased frequency. When we talk about frequency in radio ad, it means how many times this message or the audience are exposed to our message. Thus, given that it's high frequency, this will help us guarantee or have the reach that we want for our message. I can give a quick example from our daily life in Dallah. So usually every year we have a client which is a university. They request from us an ad, a radio ad to promote their graduate and undergraduate programs. And specifically they choose Ramadan time to like book this spot, and they choose a specific timing from 7 to 9 to broadcast this message or this ad, and they choose, which is, you might think it's strange, they choose Quran Kareem station. So why is that? We know, like we all know, after iftar people go out in their cars and people go out to prayers, and they eventually, mainly locals, they listen to Quran Kareem. So it's a very good spot to deliver our message and to guarantee the reach we need. Then TV ads, we all know, we might think that they are outdated, or given the social media or given the live streaming, that they are not useful anymore. But however, some facts shows that viewership for TV ads is still high. I took a fact from Forbes magazine recently saying that in 2018, US had 304.5 million television viewers, which represents a 0.9 increase over 2017. And in 17 as well, there was a 301.7 million television viewers. It was an increase of 1.6% over 16. So this means that viewership isn't dying, and it's still a platform that we can deliver our message through. The second benefit that I think of as well is any audience, like if you're sitting in your like living room at night watching TV, you will be relaxed. There will be no distraction, and you are most likely, I'm not saying 100%, but you are most likely to focus on the ad or on the message that is showing on the television. Also, as we all know, we watch a lot of like famous shows for the past like 10 or 15 years on TV, and these shows usually they are accompanied by ads. So again, it's most likely to watch the full ad, given that we are forced to grasp the full message that because you are watching our shows. So it's still a medium that can deliver the message and have the viewership that we need and the reach that we need. Going to outdoor, when we say outdoor, it's mainly like billboards, like seniors, movies. Also, this goes to a factor that we spend a lot of time in our cars during the day. And these movies or seniors or like panoramic outdoor ads, they are placed in strategic geographic locations, which means, and these locations, they have high traffic. So this also help us to get the reach we need. Also, there is one more factor for the outdoor ads. It's less distraction. So basically, if you're watching TV or radio, or even if you're surfing the internet for social media, you have the option to switch channels or to scroll down or not to focus on the full message. However, if you're in a car, and for example, if you are in Al Wab street signal on a traffic for 5 minutes or 2 minutes, it's most likely that you will look on the Vodafone ad. I'm sure everyone looked at it, or the Orido ad. So this means that we are not distracted. We can't just go out of our cars and run away not to see the ad, for example. So basically, we are focusing on this ad, and this will help us get the reach that we need. Print ads. Again, people might think that newspapers are outdated and it's not useful anymore, or maybe it's like expensive. However, even with the high cost that it has, clients, I'm talking specifically in Doha, they request newspaper ads for two main reasons. First, it's major source of credibility of the news. As we all know, we might look at hundreds of news every day on the internet. Some of it might be fake, some of it might be real. But when you see something in the newspaper, it's for sure a credible news. Also, it helps us to maintain a prestige or the image of our brand. I'm giving an example here for the FESPA award. Although it's not an ad, as you can see, it's a press release. But I'm just giving you an idea that you might think in our company we could have stick to a social media campaign promoting this announcement, and we could have boosted it with a couple of $100 on social media and say it will go viral without spending like the budget we need. But no, we chose to spend like 15,000 riyals for a press release writing and for a booking in a newspaper to showcase this announcement. This will help us say that this announcement is credible. It's not like we are making up this news or this announcement. And at the same time, it gives us, like, as a brand or as a company, a prestigious like position that we are willing to pay or to put budget to showcase our achievements. Going to new media or modern media. When we say modern media, the first thing that comes to our mind is digital, which is the truth or the usage of the internet. New media mainly it's targeting specific audience, and it helps us segment also our target audience through demographics, age, gender, location for sure. And there is also a new marketing term defining these new media methods. It's called inbound marketing, which means that we are willingly going and seeking to see this message. It's not like it's the opposite of the outbound. So we are going and searching for this announcement or message or communication through the internet or through our digital devices. The most common new media methods are top three. First, it's like SEO, which means search engine optimization. Then SEM, which is search engine marketing or pay-per-click. And the last thing is social media marketing. I know it might sound technical when we say SEO, but to have it simpler, This practice mainly, it's very simple. It's optimizing your content on the web page that you want to promote, or on the, which is like your communication. It's optimizing this content in order to be found easily on the search engines. When we say optimizing, it means that we are using the right keywords and we are making our content in high quality. So the audience are likely to search for these keywords, and then they can find our pages, which guarantees the reach that you want. This practice is organic. When we say organic, it's like, it means that you're not paying for it. It's a natural practice. It's just about having your content or the communication that you want to deliver to the audience, make it creative and in good quality so it can be easily found. However, for SEM or PPC, which is pay-per-click, it's a purely paid practice. You pay for the ad to reach the visibility and guarantee the visibility. But again, it allows you to make the reach that you want. However, there is one small important note. It might like sound somehow technical, but just for you to understand the pay process. When we say paid ads, it means it's not like it's paid completely even without clicking. So this link that you are putting on the search engine, or this communication, you contribute with a budget for it to be visible or to be more visible to the audience. However, this payment is not charged until an audience click on this link. So if no one clicked on your link, you will not pay, but you are just contributing. You are putting the budget on the Google algorithms, and then if someone clicked on it, then you are start like charging your payment. And now I just want to tell you when we can use SEO and when to use SEM. So again, when we say SEO, it's mainly organic. It's efficient on the long term because there is no cost for it. It's just maintaining the quality of your content and make it creative. But you need to take into consideration again that your content should be worth searching for. It's not like any subject or any, so you need to be like very creative, very careful to put the right words in order for this content to be creative and to be easily found on the search engines. As for SEM, given that it's paid, a quick example to understand it clearly is that if you are starting up a business and there is no credibility yet, no one knows about you, the most common practice is to pay for this credibility or for this visibility. But at the same time, you need to do an SEO practice, which is make your content creative and in high quality, in order for people, yes, they will, at the first like stage, you will boost your content through payment, but later on, if you are not updating your content, no one will search for you. So the best practice is to combine both methods. And finally, the social media marketing. We all know it's the usage of the social media platforms. But I just want to add one more note on this. Is this social media marketing, it is as well at the same time an SEO practice, but in what way? So having social media pages, again, it links to the search engines. It helps you being found easily on the search engines. And a quick example, if you write your name on Google and search for it, the first top links that you will get is your Facebook account or LinkedIn account. So this means that the link between having a social media page, it facilitates you being found easily on search engines. So as a conclusion, between traditional and modern, it's always depending on the message which to choose to go through. But ideally, if you're having a 360 campaign, a combination of both methods, like most likely will help you to achieve your campaign objective, not to depend on only strict digital channels, but also involve traditional media, because as I mentioned before, it's still useful, it's still effective, and it's not outdated yet. Thank you.
Is there any way to properly do the keywords if you will apply SEO in your websites like this? Like, is
Yes,
there, like, should we think of these keywords, or are there any like
it's
more
based
practical ways to do it?
it's based on the topic you are talking about. For example, if you're talking about keto diet, for example, if your web page it's about diet, for example, the word keto diet should be repeated in the headlines of your content, and it should be repeated like in the first like 5 or 6 lines, because Google, as a like mathematical process, it scans your content, and when it sees that this item is repeatedly like mentioned, it will directly put you on the top search links. So it's basically just like having the common sense of saying that if I'm talking about this topic, I should showcase the title or the main words more in my like headlines or taglines or the body copy. It depends on the message you want to deliver. Like for example, if we are doing a campaign mainly there is like a problem that the client comes to us, and we are solving for it mainly either to create awareness or to have a call to action to increase his sales. So when we start a campaign, we identify the objective as I mentioned, we identify the audience, and then we choose the medium based on the type of message that we want to deliver and based on the audience. For example,
can you give us? Yes.
Yeah, for example, if you are doing a campaign for Gillette, the one that we shave the beard, it's mainly for men.
Sure.
Having it on an outdoor billboard, it's not worth it. We are not targeting our main audience. But having it on social media with doing the demographics that we know that these people are like, or combining links of our campaign to like pages that are mostly served by males, for example, this will help us like target our audience in a more segmented way.
And I believe, Rashad, that depends also on the you don't think it depends also in different country, different costs?
Yeah, for sure, exactly. And for me,
for example, like in Europe or in Lebanon, for example, not all the people they drink alcohol, but they advertise on alcohol in the street, right?
Yeah.
Not all people they wear lingerie, but they put lingerie in the billboard in the street. So,
like given yes, like you're talking about like mainly if you take into consideration the culture that we are living in.
Yes.
How to deliver the message and like on what you can advertise basically. If we're talking about Qatar, given the cultural boundaries,
yes,
we're not always free to showcase the message we want.
Showcase the messages, yeah.
Exactly. For Dinch question, how do you choose which media channel? Again, I answered this for Salim. It depends on the target audience and the objective of our campaign. For sure, it's better to set the goals first, not the budget first, because usually it's we need to know what you want to reach, what is our end result, and based on this we can work backward and say, okay, we can do this or we can do that, or we need the budget this for the media. Or
how can you help the client if he doesn't have the budget and at the same time he want to deliver his message?
I give him the solution of a low budget, for example, if he doesn't have a budget for outdoor or traditional media, which is like higher in cost, we will go for social media, and we will give him because in social media it's more like numeric, it's more measurable. You can know the results of your Google ads, you can know the results of the reach of your like the impressions or the clicks on your posts, so it's more measurable. So we can give him an actual numeric study that if you went with social media, you will get this amount of reach specifically. We don't promise him that you will get the full reach because we have a number, but you are paying this amount only. While in traditional media, it's not always measurable, or it's not always, you can't have an accurate measure. So it might be vague sometimes for the client if it's worth it or no. But again, it depends on the values of the clients. So again, the example of the newspapers in Doha, the clients won't say that, no, I will not spend on newspapers. They want to spend even if it's high, just for the sake of the prestige and the brand image and the credibility as well.
So the social media is cheaper, you mean, from the
for sure
the other?
okay. Yeah, for sure it's cheaper.
Thank you.
Cheaper and measurable, but this doesn't mean that traditional platforms are not effective as well, and this doesn't cancel the other things. Always clients consider ROI and presentation on your marketing. Do you have something on that? Well, actually, this it will get on more technical things, Sonny. If you, I didn't talk about this because it's a big subject in order to check which channels and how to measure them and the rationale behind each one. It's a long process, but yes, like you always have a practice to show the client that if you spend this much, you will get this result. And as I told to Salim, on social media, it's always easier to give a promise to the client because it's measurable. It's more measurable, actually.